This is Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What's up, everybody? This is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Press Row, where we talk about the biggest issues in sports with the analysts, experts, and reporters who cover them. No nonsense, hard-hitting interviews on the sports topics you're talking about. A new show comes out every single Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Press Row. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys!
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Coming at you from our Chicago North Side apartment. And we are also brought to you by
The Good God Company.
That's right, Good God Company. Check it out. They have some great apparel, some great coffee mugs, and a bunch of cool things with inspirational, motivational messaging on it. Just makes you feel good about yourself. So go check that out. Yeah. You could all use a little pick-me-up. On the same note, go to the Public House Media apparel page and their shop and check out what you can buy on there as well. They got something from every show that's on here, including Coffee with Keith and Katie. So
like coffee mugs.
Grab yourself a coffee mug and join us for coffee with your Coffee with Keith and Katie coffee mug. Anyways, enough with the advertisements.
Moving on.
The title of the show today is called The Natural.
Naturally.
Katie and I, it's obviously baseball season has started, and like everybody, we're kind of very excited about the sport and the season, so we've been watching a lot of baseball movies. One that we've never seen before, however, is The Natural.
Yes. We just watched it last night. It was pretty good.
Have our coffee with us, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we do have them. Yeah. I was disappointed in the footage, though, because so many people had told me I knew it wasn't filmed at Wrigley. Like, I'm required to know what movies were filmed at Wrigley. And I know The Natural wasn't. But I really thought they would have tried harder to make the field look like Wrigley Field. And so, probably one of the most famous scenes is when Robert Redford's character hits the clock.
Yeah, shatters the clock.
Yep. If they were gonna make that iconic moment in that iconic ballpark with that iconic clock, why didn't they replicate the scoreboard? Why did they use some lousy, cheap knockoff?
It's not authentic, and you weren't happy with it.
I was not happy with it. But something interesting for you guys: the scoreboard at Wrigley has never been hit by a batted ball.
Really?
It has been hit by another type of ball.
Isaac, what did you miss?
Hi, Isaac.
Thanks for joining us, man. We just started. We're talking about the Natural right now. We just watched it last night. First time either of us have ever seen the movie. And we're talking about other baseball movies. So baseball movies in general, but specifically The Natural. We're giving our initial thoughts because we just saw it for the first time last night.
Yeah. So, what type of ball has hit the Wrigley Field scoreboard?
What kind of ball has?
Yes, not a batted ball.
A football.
No. A golf ball.
A golf ball.
Sam Snead teed off at home plate. He's the only person ever to hit the scoreboard.
Hit the scoreboard with a golf ball. Good to know.
Only one.
So you don't. So you just going back to The Natural. You don't soccer. Nope. Good guess. That's a good guess. Soccer ball.
Oh. Pretty good. They did play. The Chicago Sting did play soccer at Wrigley.
Chicago Sting.
Chicago Sting. Yeah. They were Chicago's. It wasn't Major League Soccer. I don't know what it was.
It was their big soccer club.
It was professional soccer.
Good to know.
Pele played at Wrigley. he must be important because he's the only soccer name I know other than David Beckham.
He is important. Yeah. Anyway, what else do you have about The Natural? Because so far you don't like it just because it wasn't true to Wrigley when they were supposedly have played there in the movie.
One of the reasons I wanted to see it is so many tour guests, tell me you have to see this movie, and I don't know why they've been telling me that because it's not.
Because it's not like actually at Wrigley. Because people that you've given tours to specifically have said you have to see The Natural because it's supposedly filmed at Wrigley Field.
No, because of the clock scene.
Because of the clock scene.
Because of the clock
But it's not
scene.
even close to the same clock.
It's not even close. And so I am disappointed there. I was very pleased, however, with Robert Redford.
Katie likes Robert Redford.
I love Robert Redford.
He's old now.
Beautiful, beautiful man. He used to be a beautiful, beautiful man. When I saw him in the Avengers movie, it was scary. I thought he was dead.
You thought Robert Redford was dead, and then you saw him in the Avengers movie? Oh my gosh. I know Robert Redford watches this on a consistent basis.
I know, sorry.
Don't be offended by that one.
I'm sorry, Robert Redford.
Interesting.
I get you mixed up with Paul Newman. He's
They were big. They were like the two Hollywood hunks at the same time, kind of, right? They were that.
Yep.
Kind
Paul
of that
Newman
same
was a
age.
little bit older.
Al,
Hey,
thanks for
Al,
watching.
Thanks for joining.
We're talking about baseball movies, Al.
Yay! So I very much liked Robert Redford.
Yep.
I did not like the filming, and it was a typical '80s movie. wasn't great.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my take on it.
It's pretty good. Kind of corny, but all in all, I thought it was pretty solid. I don't know why the Robert Redford character, why Hobbs, wants to keep his past such a secret, because it's not his fault what happened to him, unless it's just like embarrassed. I don't want to be a spoiler, so
But it is 34 years old.
It is 34 years old. All right, so spoiler alert. Don't turn off the show because we'd like you to keep watching, but
Yes.
maybe plug your ears for a second. So Robert Redford's character gets shot by a woman that apparently likes to shoot athletes.
A crazy woman.
It was silver bullets at the beginning of the movie.
And they're werewolves.
Not his fault. He gets shot, and then 16 years later, he's an old guy, but he's still trying to play baseball, and he doesn't want anybody to know about his past. Why not? People ask him, what happened to you, and why are you so good now, and why haven't you played before? I think it's a very simple question. I was a really good youngster. The Cubs wanted me to play for them, but you know what? This crazy woman shot me, so I wasn't able to have a Major League Baseball career until later. I don't understand why his character is so, cagey about that.
I also wanted to ask you why 16 years later he's an outfielder. Because he was a pitcher in the beginning, the most amazing pitcher ever.
Yeah, that's true.
And
went from he struck out that one big league player.
The Whammer.
Yeah.
The Whammer. But
the stadium no longer exists, Isaac said.
The War Memorial thing.
That's where they filmed it, right?
In,
Isaac, is that right?
in Buffalo.
But
So I don't understand why he stopped pitching, because it's not like it would aggravate his wound anymore.
not any more than swinging a bat.
Right, or throwing the ball in from the outfield.
Yeah, that's a good point. He was a pitcher, got shot, and all of a sudden he's a home run hitter.
Yeah.
So who knows? So Isaac says, I know a famous person that was shot, and you wouldn't never guess.
It's not anything new.
Yeah. I guess if people were asking me why I never played baseball before, I'd want to let them know.
Be like, hey, I was really awesome.
I was really awesome. I'm still awesome. I just got shot, so I couldn't play.
Yeah.
Anyway. But all in all, it was a good. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Like I said, it's an 80s movie, so it was corny. But I think Robert Redford obviously did a great job and got to see a lot of. But you got to see a lot of other old actors that were young, like Glenn Close.
Glenn Close, I've never seen her.
I never
that
saw her
young.
so young before.
Kim
Kim Basinger.
Kim B. She was named Memo.
Who would name their child Memo? She was in 8 Mile, along with like the Batman movies and stuff. Also a couple of other guys.
Was she Catwoman?
No.
Oh, that's some other blonde woman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was Michelle Pfeiffer. Anyways,
yes.
Natural, good movie. Let's run through a couple of other baseball movies that you like. Those of you that are watching, share the ones that you like as well. We both definitely like Major League. That's one of my most favorite movies of all time. So Major League, #1 baseball movie.
If Keith doesn't know what to watch, he puts in Major League.
Put in Major League.
Not Major League 2.
Yeah.
It was pretty late.
It was all right, but it was, Major League 2. I recognized Major League 2 as a part of the Major League series, but then they had Major League Back to the Minors. My God,
I never saw that.
What a disgraceful excuse for a movie. Anyway, but Bob Uecker was still in it, so...
I love Bob Uecker.
Yeah, gotta love Bob Uecker. Anyways, Major League was good. I like Rookie of the Year, where the kid breaks his arm and becomes the Cubs pitcher. That was pretty good.
That was pretty cool.
Little Big League.
Little Big League is cool.
Where he becomes the manager of the Twins.
I don't like when he turns into a little tyrant, though. And his mom and the one cool player are on a date, and he tells the player he has a curfew.
He's on curfew, yeah, well.
It's a little punk move.
That was the climax of the movie, that's like the climax of that's like the turning point, That's when things
what
are
power
really
has
getting
done to
right.
him.
Real things are getting bad, but then things get better at the end because it's a little kid movie.
Yep.
But the spoiler alert again for Little Big League, the Twins don't win at the end.
Also 30 years old.
Yeah, the Twins don't win at the end of the movie. Gosh darn, Ken Griffey Jr. robs a hit from Lou. Lou's about to hit a home run, to like win the game for the Twins and everything, and here comes the kid. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr. with his like 3.9 speed 40. Whoom. Wins the game for the Mariners, loses the game.
How'd that go?
Whoom. Just like that. Moneyball. Moneyball is awesome, I think.
It's depressing.
I like Moneyball so much that I thought, you know what? I really want Billy Beane to win a World Series with the A's. And then I eventually realized that I don't care about Billy Beane and I don't care about the A's. All I really wanted was for Brad Pitt to win a World Series. I thought Moneyball was good. There are a bunch of other baseball movies.
A League of Their Own. It's one of my favorites.
Amazing.
Keith was so sweet. He was at the All-Star game last year, and he got this pin for me.
From
All-American Girls Professional Baseball League.
Yeah, it was cool. I had to be in Miami last year, and part of my job was to be at the Fan Fest. And the Fan Fest is really cool. If you're ever in the same city as the baseball All-Star game, they have the Fan Fest there, and it's a really cool setup. They have a bunch of things, and one of them is the All-American Girls Baseball League booth, and they have a bunch of cool stuff like that. So I got Katie.
So I have it on my.
It's expensive though. All I could afford was a pin for it, but.
So I have it on my lanyard when I go to work.
Yeah. But A League of Their Own, great movie. That's one of my mom's favorite movies. My mom likes A League of Their Own. It's great. Tom Hanks, Gina Davis.
It was not until 5 or 10 years ago that I because we taped it when it was on television. So it had all the commercials and it had all the swear words silent. I had no idea
that they swore in the movie.
Gina Davis said, "You look like shit." Like, I had no idea that's what she said.
She did it. She said it. Now you said it.
Now I said it.
Four-letter word.
And we're sponsored by the Good God Company.
I didn't think she'd actually say it. Oh my goodness. If anybody was to drop a 4-letter word on this show first, I could have sworn to you it was going to be me. But
nowadays, it's really not that bad.
Nah, they say that on normal TV all the time. It's a big one when they said it. They said it on South Park. They broke the record for how many times they said it on South Park or something. It was crazy. Anyways, League of Their Own.
Yep. We saw Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, of course. Bull
Keith
Durham
likes
is
Bull
good.
Durham. I like parts of it.
Yeah, Bull Durham is good. I'm trying to think of other ones.
I don't like the whole love angle that.
That's kind of weird. I think they could have picked a better job. Robbins, but Tim
Robbins?
Tim Robbins.
What's the woman's name?
He's supposed
Susan
to
Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon, Tim Robbins, and of course Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner is supposed to be like the old veteran that's 40 years old and Tim Robbins is supposed to be like the 19-year-old that's about to have this whole career ahead of him. Tim Robbins, I knew it. I'm like, this guy is too old to be playing this 19-year-old. And sure enough, I looked up their age. He's like 4 years younger than Kevin Costner at the time. And I'm like, he doesn't have that much of a youthful look for it to be like, oh, this guy's a lot younger. And I don't think it was a bad choice to have Tim Robbins in that role. I think it was a bad choice to have Tim Robbins at that age in that role. It was obvious he was much older than some 19-year-old rookie. Anyways, that's the one thing that I had with that. But anyways, what are some of your favorite baseball movies? I know we're missing a ton of them that we didn't mention.
I've never seen Field of Dreams.
It's alright.
It's probably one that I need to see.
Sandlot. How could I forget Sandlot?
Oh, we just watched that.
Sandlot's
so
great.
Good.
Sandlot's
I was so in love with what's his name, Benny.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Oh, he was so beautiful. He was such a beautiful boy.
And now he's a firefighter in LA. So a lot of other people, I'm sure, are probably in love with him for being a good-looking firefighter.
Fireman calendar.
I heard he doesn't wear. I heard he still wears PF flyers when he's fighting fires.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Anyways, let us know some of your favorite baseball movies. So
while we wait for you, today is my first day back at Wrigley. Super excited. My first group was a high school, which is usually terrible. Hate high school kids. They're bigger than me and they're meaner than me. And this was the best group I've ever had. The best school group I've ever had.
Good.
They were awesome. Anyway, so we redid the dugouts, guys, for this season. I had to actually back up to get the entire dugout in a picture.
is that much bigger?
That is how big it is.
Wow.
You could stand in the dugout.
Yeah.
And take a picture and see the entire dugout.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And they've installed stadium, I don't know if you call it stadium seating, but the first few rows behind the Cubs dugout on the third baseline can be retracted to make the field longer, and apparently Northwestern is playing at Wrigley next year.
Wow. Interesting.
They've set it up so that they can alter the field to do that.
Very cool. All
Yes.
right, good to know.
I learned a lot of things today.
So,
It's so exciting.
Wrigley Field, go check it out.
Yay! As a black man, I can't relate to this subject. Baseball?
Baseball subject? You don't like baseball?
I feel like being black doesn't exclude you from baseball.
I'm not sure. Please explain yourself.
Explain yourself, Isaac.
I'm interested. Anyways, Katie,
Yeah.
what do you got for me this week?
So, baseball season, talking baseball. I don't have football players for you. You don't have to tell me where anyone went to college. I want you to tell me what was significant about yesterday's date in baseball history.
So yesterday was April 10th.
April 11th.
April 11th was yesterday? Oh, all right. It was the 11th yesterday.
LOL, it does. We grew up on basketball and football.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I
mean, Ken Griffey Jr., right?
Well, all right. So I mean, fair enough. But where did you grow up? Because that's interesting too. I grew up on basketball and football as well. Not because it was I didn't feel it was a race thing for me personally, but because I grew up.
Sammy Sosa.
Dominican Republic.
He's Dominican. Sorry.
Anyway.
I'm embarrassing myself.
It's okay, Katie. It's okay. But I didn't grow up big on baseball either, but just because I grew up so close to Green Bay that the Packers were great, the Brewers were awful, and at the time the Bucks were pretty good. They had Ray Allen, they had Big Dog Glenn Robinson, and everything like that.
Wesley Snipes, best player ever. Yes.
Yeah. And
he's from the Midwest. Okay.
yeah, in the Midwest. So for me, it was kind of, like baseball. Baseball sucked too because it was cold out for half of the season. It seemed like, and the
Not
Packers
like football.
the Packers were good. The Bucks were pretty good. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals when I was a kid. And they were playing the Sixers and stuff. But it was always, at least in my area, it was either football season or football off season, and the Brewers were out of it. 2 weeks into the season, it seemed like. So I grew up on basketball and football too, much more so than baseball. But with Katie working for the Cubs now, baseball is obviously much more prevalent for me. Anyways, April 11th.
April 11th. I can't remember. Here, I'll look. I'll see.
Well, what's the year? You got to tell me the year.
Well, I think April 11th should be enough for you. That's not your password. How do you get into this thing?
There you go.
There it is.
Worst thing I ever did was letting her know my phone password.
1947.
1947.
Yeah.
April 11th, 1947.
Yep.
Boy. I'm going to say 1947 is the first... April 11th, 1947, the first night game ever played in Major League Baseball.
No.
No idea.
Jackie Robinson was signed to the
Got it.
Brooklyn Dodgers signed Jackie Robinson's contract.
Okay.
Broke the color barrier yesterday. 60 years ago.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
60 years yesterday. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Jackie Robinson.
I heard it.
Brooklyn Dodgers.
Brooklyn
Where did he go to
Dodgers.
school?
He didn't.
Sure he did.
UCLA.
Boom. You got
Really?
it. Yeah. 42. Also pretty good. Not the greatest movie in the world, but pretty good.
I didn't like it.
It was alright. I thought, it was okay. Not the greatest movie
was a
on earth,
Disney
but
movie.
I thought it was, exactly, it was a
The
Disney,
Disney
movie.
movie.
Anyways.
I love the terrible moment when the little kid's dad is booing Jackie Robinson, and Disney shows that 2-second thing where the kid turns into his dad. Like, it's that fast.
Well, it could. I mean, he was taking after what his dad was doing.
He was.
It,
But the moment was too corny.
it was kind of a corny moment.
I
it was Disney.
totally get what they were going for, but the way they did it was not great.
Anyways,
Now we've gotten off track.
I think we're good.
I guess so. I guess we're done for the night.
We went through the natural, some baseball movies that we like. What are some baseball movies that you like? Let us know. Doesn't have to be live when you're watching this on tape delay. Tape delay. That's how they used to film the NBA playoffs. They used to do it on tape delay.
Fences was about a black man who was picked over Jackie Robinson.
That's right.
I never saw Fences.
That was a decent movie with
Fences is a baseball movie.
with
I like you, Isaac.
with Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington?
I think it's still on HBO. We'll have to watch it.
We'll have to.
Anyways, this has been Coffee with Keith,
And Katie on Public House Media.
brought to you by the Good God Company.
Yes.
Check them out. Check out the Public House Media Store, and a lot of cool things on there.
My bad. Jackie Robinson was picked over Denzel. As he should be.
I mean, yeah.
As cool as Denzel is, Jackie Robinson's cooler.
Well, yeah.
Unless Denzel is playing Jackie.
It's apples to oranges. Jackie Robinson is cooler than Denzel Washington. I feel that's a weird thing. And Katie, you're getting us off track here.
It's been a long day.
The show's over.
It's over, guys.
Everyone have a great weekend.
LOL, the character.
The character. The character in the movie, played by Denzel Washington, was apparently a good baseball player.
Sure.
And he's kind of bitter, about. Anyways,
we're gonna watch it and get back to you.
We're gonna watch it. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday for more Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye.